Stay calm, proceed accordingly. Check this out.
Military attorney Todd Callender is an expert in international law and morbidity mortality law. He's been filing lawsuits and blowing the whistle on the enemy ever since they made the shots mandatory. These lawsuits have led to his research team amassing thousands of whistleblowers that point to a planned Marburg epidemic, already paid for by taxpayer dollars in the recent PrEP Act. Todd Callender said that inside the lipid nanoparticles, there are sealed pathogens, including E. coli, Marburg, and Ebola, and that different pathogens can be released by different frequencies, pulsed through the 5G network.
Inside of these shots that people already received, inside the lipid nanoparticles, the hydrogel, there exists pathogens inside of the particles that have not yet opened. Those pathogens are chimeric. They include E. coli, Marburg, Ebola, Staphylococcus, and brewer's yeast, amongst others. We know that upon the broadcast from the 5G system that is now employed across the United States, and the world for that matter, when they broadcast an 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse, it will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell and release these pathogenic contents, thereby causing a Marburg epidemic that they've already spent the money on. It's already done, right? The Marburg epidemic, for purposes of the law, has happened, and now we just need the actual disaster to happen. And there's actually worse parts to it than that, including the 1p36 gene deletion that effectively will turn those poor people into zombies. As odd as that sounds, our government's preparing for that. An 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse. It will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell.
Wonder what 18 gigahertz signal sounds like. According to Chat GPT, a frequency of 18 gigahertz falls into the microwave region of the electromagnetic spectrum, far beyond the range of human hearing. Humans can generally hear frequencies for about 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, so you cannot listen to an 18 gigahertz signal in the conventional sense, since it's an electromagnetic wave, not a sound wave. Well, shit! However, you can detect or measure an 18 gigahertz signal using specific electronic devices and technologies. If we can't hear 18 gigahertz sounds and that's being broadcast for 30 minutes, that means we're actually receiving the frequencies without knowing. How do we know that's not happening now? Because it probably is. What televisions were made for. Television broadcast is broadcasting frequencies through the different channels, and it's channeling your energy body, tuning it to whatever they wish. And it's probably not for the best intentions, because the medical industry is booming. As a point of reference, 18 gigahertz is an electromagnetic wave, where 18 kilohertz is a sound wave. Gigahertz are shorter wavelengths, higher frequency, cannot be heard by the human ear because it's electromagnetic waves, whereas kilohertz are for sound and is used typically for audio testing. Here's an example of kilohertz from 1 to 18, so you can see the difference. Well, we didn't hear anything at the very end. Here it is playing on its own, and, well, you can't hear it. It's inaudible.
The world for that matter. When they broadcast an 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse, it will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell.
Broadcast is in gigahertz, inaudible. So they're going to be broadcasting this inaudible tone for 30 minutes while we're receiving text messages saying this is just a test. 10-4. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be safe. 18,000 gigahertz pulsating for 1 minute. What is that even? Steel wool can block these frequencies from making my phone ring. I'm putting it on my head. I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I don't trust the government. I'm going to be testing the effectiveness of aluminum and copper in my next videos.